Hello everyone, how's it going? Billy Ballgame here, back with another video. On this channel, I'm just a dude who loves to talk about baseball cards. And this weekend is going to be full of baseball cards. It is Friday, June 20th as I'm filming this video. And as you can see from the big pile of cards on my display back here, I'm ready for the Boonville show that is tomorrow. And I have a visitor in town. Him and I are going to go up to Chris's here in a little bit and hang out with him and my buddy Tom and my buddy Coop. And who knows what kind of shenanigans we'll get into up at Chris's, but I'm definitely sure that there will be baseball cards involved. And this visitor that I have came into town for the Boonville card show. And he gave me an Ozzie Smith picture that they gave away at his last home game. So he went to this game and said people had just left them laying around, and he picked up a stack of them, and one of them found their way to me, and I'm super stoked to have this, and I need to find a frame and a place to hang it on the wall. So thank you once again, mystery guest. So I will do the big reveal now of who is hanging out with me with my world-class camera work. Let me spin this around.
What's up?
Surprise, it is my buddy Justin from Go Crazy Card Collecting. We're just sitting here hanging out at the house. We just got done eating dinner. He's flipping through some cards, and we're going to leave here shortly to go hang out with the rest of our local crew, and he's going to get to meet Chris and those guys and check out Chris's cards. So I think he's maybe a little bit excited for that.
I'm pretty pumped.
So any words of wisdom or anything you want to pass along to the audience, Justin?
Man, I don't have too many words of wisdom, except for if you're going to do this hobby, do it with friends, because this is fun. We're having a blast.
All right, so I will spin this back around. So yeah, my buddy Justin, Go Crazy Card Collecting, is up here. He's staying the weekend with me. We don't plan on going to jail, so it's not going to be...
Does anybody ever plan on going to jail?
Right. It usually starts with, here, watch this, hold my beer.
That's right, that's right.
But yeah, it's going to be an awesome weekend. I'm so excited to have Justin up. I'm so excited for this show tomorrow, and to go up to Chris's and let Justin meet him and the local crew with Chris and Tom, or with Coop and Tom, and go through Chris's stuff. And we're going to have a great time at the show tomorrow here in Boonville, and I'm super excited. So there may be video to come from Chris's house later. We'll just see how it all goes. And then in the morning, the show starts at 9, setup opens at 7. We'll probably go up around 8 or so to get set up. Depends on when Mike J. Hawker Cards comes in, because he's going to bring a few display cases for me to borrow. But my intent is, at least once I get everything set up at the show, is to film some more video and do my best to film some video of the show. So I will either be back with you again later tonight or at some point tomorrow, either during the show or after the show, because you know how I am with filming show video. I usually don't do it, but again, I'll make a conscious effort to do it tomorrow. So everybody stick back with me. This may be a wild adventure, and who knows what's going to happen the rest of this weekend. So you'll definitely want to stay tuned. And if you're not subscribed to my buddy Justin's channel, once again, it's Go Crazy Card Collecting. Please go check his channel out. Just an awesome dude with an amazing story about his collection. So please go check his channel out and subscribe if you would. So hang with me, and I'll be back with you. All right, everybody, I'm back. So we're hanging out here in the Boonville show. It's about halfway through. It's been a pretty good show so far this morning. Having a lot of fun with the crew that's here. Here's part of the crew. There's Mike J. Harper Cards. Ross next to him. Here's my buddy Justin. Part of the rest of the crew is back here behind us. But it's been a pretty good show. It was really busy this morning. everybody. We're in a little bit of a lull. Thomas is wanting to say hi. Say hi, Thomas. So, yeah, we're having a good time. So, not a lot of vintage here, but there's a pretty good turnout. Pretty good show. So, I've done well. We've had a whole lot of fun. And here's Rusty. Rusty, say hi.
How's it going?
So we've got 6 YouTubers here having a great time. So here in a minute, I'm going to go talk to the card promoter, to the show promoter, and get his thoughts on the show for the first one that he's put together here in Boonville. So hang on, and I'll be back with you. I might film some tables and stuff like that. I'll be back with you. All right, everyone, I'm back. So I'm here with the promoter of the show, Justin, and I'm just going to ask him a few questions and pick his brain on what he thinks about the show. So I'm going to spin this camera around and talk to Justin. So I'll be right back with you. All right, so this is Justin Hahn, promoter of the Boonville show that we're all at today. So Justin, thanks for putting on the show. Thanks for having us out. It's awesome to have a show right here in Boonville that we can all hang out and have a good time at. This is almost like having a family reunion. So many people that I know that are here at the show today. So thanks for putting this together. So what do you think about your first show as a show promoter?
Well, you know, I think it went pretty well. I had a good crowd. You know, I haven't had any complaints. That's a big thing. Had people in the door. You know, so it's nice to have a show close to home. It's to be the closest to home I've been to for a show. So I think it went well. I've had people ask me if we're going to do it again. So let them know when we do it again. So I think everybody's been happy. So got to be happy about that.
Good. So you're happy with the results, smashing success for your show promotional debut?
Yeah, especially first time doing a show. Really can't complain about it. Had tables sold out. Setup wasn't that bad. So far, so good. Like I said, no complaints.
Good deal. So, this is something you'll plan on setting up once a year?
Well, so yeah, I told you once a year. So I really, you know, I care about the rest of the card community. I don't want to, you know, crowd anybody else. But I have been asked about doing other shows. So if there's a need, I think that's the main thing. So if there's a need, and whatever, there's no show this month, and we need to have another show, that may be something to look at. I've actually already talked to the guy that runs the building. So is it possible we could do 2 shows a year? Yes. But right now, the main goal, you know, I'd kind of like to grow the June show and go from there.
Awesome. Well, and I think you can tell by all the familiar faces in here that within the Boonville community, there are a lot of collectors at this show that live right here in Boonville. So there are enough of us to where it can support a regular show.
Yeah.
Would you think?
Yeah, definitely a lot of locals here. And then you know as well as I do, so many people collect cards. So many people, you know, collect cards. Like I get people, I've seen so many times where people come into shows and they were like, I saw the sign, I used to collect cards. And it's nice seeing those people come back and get out. And I had that conversation with a guy today. He used to collect, saw the sign. So it's big. So.
Well, and maybe something like that will keep bringing new people into the hobby, which is good for everybody.
Yeah, and we all love this hobby. We all want to grow. It's nice to see kids. We had kids here. It's big and it's fun, and ain't no place I'd rather be.
Bad day at a card show is better than a good day at work.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right, so there you have it, everybody. Straight from the show promoter's mouth, smashing success. Again, Justin's one of the most awesome dudes that I know. I'm so lucky and happy to be part of the local card community here in Middle Missouri, and Justin's a great part of that. I'm so grateful that we've become friends through the card community, and it's awesome for you to be able to put on a show here in Boonville where we can hang out with a bunch of people that we know and have a good time. So thanks again, Justin, and thanks to you all. So I'll be back with you after a while to wrap up the show. When I get back home, I'll see you later. All right, so I'm back in what may be a scattered very much so jumping around video, but Justin's still here with us. It's Saturday or Sunday. So the day after the card show, Justin's leaving out here in a little bit, so we wanted to get a little video together, and I just wanted to talk to him about what he thought about the card show. So this is only, I don't know if you all know this or not, but this is Justin's second card show that he's ever been to.
The only one that I've ever traveled for. The other one was in my hometown, so
yeah,
it's the only time I've ever even gone anywhere for one.
So just share, Justin, your general thoughts on the weekend, the card show, hanging out at Chris's, and with all the other YouTuber guys that came into town.
Man, this weekend's been the absolute blast. I got in Friday, drove 6 hours to get here, and then you and I went out to eat, I guess, real quick, and then we went to Chris's, and your buddies Tom and Coop were there, and I got to meet them, and that was so fun. And we traded around cards and was looking through everybody's inventory, see if there's anything that we wanted to buy before the actual show. I mean, it was just a great time. We were just having fun, cutting it up. I've loved every minute of it. The next day we did the show, and the show was fun. Like you said, it was just fun getting to talk to people. I've never spent an entire day at a show. Like you've done that several times.
Yeah.
But that was the first time I've spent an entire day at a show, so it's kind of neat to see, the progression of the show and how it goes throughout the day. And then we went to Chris's again with several other YouTubers. So, I mean, just a blast. I've had the best time. And I'll say this on my channel, I'm sure, but if you guys don't have a community where you just go and spend some time with some people, get it, because that's the best, my favorite part of this whole thing, this whole hobby.
Yeah, I've had a lot of fun the last few days too. Obviously, we had a mini trade night at Chris's on Friday night. That was, anytime you can hang out with good dudes and talk about baseball and talk about baseball cards, like how can you not have a good time?
And razz each other
Right.
a little bit. Yeah, we just have a good time. We have so much fun.
And so I got to meet Rusty, Vintage Cards. I got to meet Ross, Loves Cards. I hadn't met those two. We got to hang out with Mike, Jay Hawker Vintage Cards, and of course Justin. And it's been a long time since Justin and I had been able to hang out, and so it was awesome to be able to hang out and spend this weekend together. And again, I've said it over and over and over again, just what a great local mid-Missouri and extended card community that we have. And I'm so lucky to be able to have a group of dudes that I can hang out with at a show, and it's awesome. And that show yesterday, I talked about it to Justin a few times. I know it's in my town, but there hasn't been a show here. And the sheer number of people that I knew at that show at any given time, it was like a family reunion. Like every time I turned around, there was somebody else I knew that was coming up to talk to me, or I was wanting to go to talk to somebody else. And it was just, the show was great, but I haven't been in a room with that many people that I knew all at once, probably since high school or a work related thing. Right. So it was amazing. Just a great weekend. I'm so glad that you got to come up and we got to hang out together, and I hope you had a good time. And the mainstay guys in this local card community, Chris and Coop and Tom, they're just some of the best guys that anybody could ever meet. And if you can't hang out with those guys and enjoy the hobby, like, you may need to find another hobby. I really don't know what else to say other than that. Do you have any other thoughts that you want to share?
I just can't emphasize that enough. Like, if you're enjoying this hobby and you're enjoying it on your own, it only gets so much better when you start enjoying it with friends and hanging out with people. And it's just, I've said it many times. I started my own YouTube channel because my wife was tired of hearing. I was afraid she was going to cut me off if I kept talking to her about baseball cards. So just having those people that you can shoot text to, that you can call, that you can, hey, I just got this pickup, and they're so excited for you. I mean, it makes it so much more fun, and it's important to me. And this just was really awesome. So make the opportunity for yourself to go and do it. It's just, you need to.
Okay. All right, so now we'll get into the pickups, and I'll talk a little bit more in depth about the show, and then I'll wrap it up. So my group, we had the majority of the vintage in the room. There were some dealers that had a little bit of vintage scattered throughout the show. Like there was a really nice 65 tops Mickey Mantle in a PSA 5 that was really nicely centered. There was another guy on YouTube, I wish I could remember his name. Do you remember his name?
I can look it up real quick. You go ahead.
That had the entire Topps Jackie, or the entire Jackie run at the show, and had Dodgers World Series autographed tickets autographed by Jackie Robinson. Like, this dude had an amazing collection. I thought about buying a 56 Topps Jackie Robinson from him in a 5, and he wanted a fair price for it. But I just didn't know if I was ready at this point in my collection to drop $950 on a card. So it was tempting and difficult not to, but I decided not to pick that card up.
Jux Collectibles.
So Jux Collectibles, he's got a YouTube channel, and that's JUCKS Collectibles. He has a YouTube channel. Great dude, young guy, with some amazing vintage cards that were there. When you walk into a small local show, you don't expect to see an entire Jackie run. Just insane. I had another guy come up to me, an older gentleman, with a binder of cards, and asked me if I've ever seen a typeset before. And I had an idea of what he was talking about, but he opens up the binder, and this, granted, a binder, a 9-page binder, or a 9-pocket binder. He opens up the cover of this binder, and the first card in the top left corner is a 48 Bowman Johnny Mize. The second card in the center pocket is a 49 Bowman Jackie Robinson. And the card next to that is a 50 Bowman Yogi Berra. And I'm like about to lose my mind. Like, why is this stuff in a binder? But he's got an amazing collection. He's got a 52 Topps complete set that he showed me pictures of. Everything, every single card he's got is in a binder. And so I spent probably close to an hour talking to him and his wife yesterday. Like, just, you never know what you're going to find when you go to a show and what you're going to run into. So that was a whole lot of fun. Again, the vintage was a little bit few and far between. I did manage to pick up some stuff, and I think I did pretty well, because most of my pickups came right toward the end of the show when we were about to pack up. So these I bought earlier in the show. These will be familiar to all of you of a certain age. This is Beckett basketball episode. What's the word I'm looking for here? Edition number 1. There we go. English is hard sometimes. So that's the first Beckett basketball magazine. And this is the first football magazine with Bo Jackson on it. So now I have the first hockey edition, first football, first basketball. Unfortunately, I don't have the first baseball, but I think that was like 84, 85, so that may be a little bit harder to come by. I don't know if I'll ever find one of those. So those I picked up earlier in the day. It cost me $8 for those 2 Beckett magazines. So especially for the Jordan one, I thought I got a pretty good deal on it, because those can sell for quite a bit of money on YouTube or on eBay. And so toward the end of the day, I was going back around the show again, and the same guy that had the 65 Mickey Mantle had some kind of junk wax era football rookies. And so I was talking to him about, the Barry Sanders 89 score rookie and some of that stuff and how I'd been looking for one. And he asked me, he's like, well, what would you give for one? I said, I don't know. I think they sell for around $100 or so in a 9. Like, I don't want a 10 because it's $1,200 and I can't justify paying $1,200 for a 10, but I'll pay $100 for a 9 or in that ballpark. And he's like, well, I have one. Let me get my case out underneath the table. So he gets his case out, and he's got better cards in his case than he did on his table. And I'm like, why is this stuff not out? So I went through all of his stuff, and sure enough, I found an 89 score Barry Sanders. So I'm happy to have that. I've wanted this for a very long time. My buddy Tom had 3 sets of these, and he sent them all in to get graded, and he got hammered on the Barry Sanders. My plan was to buy one off of Tom, but he got hammered on his grades, and his were a little bit off-centered, so I was really happy to pick this one up. So I'm flipping through his like Zion case and find several more cards that I like. So I also picked up this score traded Randy Johnson. And so the traded cards are cool because in the regular sets, every single Randy Johnson card is in the Expos uniform. But all the traded and update sets, he's in the Mariners uniform, which is really where he became known, was as a Mariner. And then, last but not least, I picked up a Michael Jordan SP1 in a 9. And I had sold an ungraded one earlier in the day. So I've been looking for a graded version of this for quite a while. It's one of my saved searches on eBay. And I don't want to justify spending $300 on a 10, but I'll spend $60 something for a 9 and be fine with that. So all together, all 3 of these was $200 along with the Beckett's. So I spent $208 at the show, which was pretty awesome because I thought I was going to come home with 2 Beckett's, which I would have been fine with because I had a blast hanging out with everybody. So just by happenstance, this guy had a Barry Sanders in his case and drug it out, and then I found these other cards. What he also had that I wanted that I'm maybe a little bit upset or a little bit salty over is he had a Cal Ripken 82 Topps traded in an old label SGC 9. And Justin pulled up the comps for me, or I pulled up the comps and Justin added everything up. And the comps with that Ripken included came up to, I think it was $569. And this dealer had $560 something on just the Ripken. And I was like, this is what the comps are on the average VCP value. The Ripken, it's not a big deal. I'm going to have to pay $15 to send it in and get it re-slabbed. Not have to, but I choose to. And that's not the dealer's problem. I'm just being honest and thinking through the process with him. And he said, well, what's the Ripken comping at? And it was comping at like 330 or something like that.
360.
So 360.
Yeah.
And he did not want comps or near comps for the Ripken. Like, he didn't even make an offer, a counter offer on the Ripken after that. Like, he was just like, no, I'm not going to sell this. I'm going to send it into PSA. And boom, the Ripken was off the table. And my lip quivered a little bit and my eyes might have started watering because it was a gorgeous one that I really wanted to take home. So I was a little bit disappointed in that, but overall, again, it was an amazing show. So many people that I work with at the school, so many kids that I've taught or come across in the school were there. And man, it was a whole lot of fun. Like, I've never been to a card show where I don't have fun, but everyone just keeps getting better and better and better. So I have no idea how long this video is going to be, because it's like going to be 97 sections of video all spliced together. It could be an hour and 74 minutes. I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping everything up. I think I'm probably around 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes. What's going on the channel? I have no idea. I have no idea what my next video is going to be. But I will get working on that and figure something out to get posted probably toward the end of the week or next weekend. Again, today is Sunday the 22nd as I'm filming this video. I hope to have this one up today or tomorrow at some point. So hope you enjoyed this video. This is a little bit of a different video for me. I'm all over the place, talking to Justin at the show, talking to the other Justin, talking to Justin again, showing pickups. So I hope that I'm not on here just randomly blabbing and running my mouth like I do for 20 minutes on a lot of my videos. So I hope you all enjoy this one, because Justin and I sure did, and our local crew sure had a lot of fun. So I hope that comes across in the video. I hope you enjoy it. If you're back to the channel and you're not subscribed, if you would do so, I'd appreciate that tremendously. And if you enjoyed the video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. So until the next one, I hope everybody has a good one, and I'll talk to you later.